Alright guys, so the first product I'm going to be using is this NYX Vivid Brights cream color. It's in the color Overdose, and I've come to realize that these are a little bit dry, so I went ahead and added a drop of this Josie Maran Argan Oil. This I got at Sephora for like with the point system. I got it for 100 points. So I went ahead and added a drop of that into this. I'm just going to be mixing it up with the brush. You don't want to add too much of this, but just enough so you're able to actually grab the product. It's that dry. So I'm going to be taking this Morphe E43 brush, and I'm going to be using this brush at first just to be able to get a precise application closer to my lash line. With this look, you don't have to be too precise or have like perfect application. It's kind of a messy, easy look. So I'm just applying this all over my lid. And you can be like as precise as you want. If you want to do like exactly like a cut crease, you can do that. If you want to wing it out, you can. And for now, I'm just gonna leave it as is, and I'm going to go onto my other eye, and then I'll decide if I want to keep this shape, if I want to be a little bit more precise. So I'll see how I feel. Okay, so after working with this product for a minute, I realized that the more layers you apply, the brighter the color becomes, which is what I ended up with, this super highlighted neon pink, which I really like. But in order to achieve this without it clumping, work in layers. So do one eye, apply a thin layer, go to the other eye, apply a thin layer, then maybe kind of dab it with your finger, and then work on adding more layers, just because it can become super clumpy. That's what I noticed with this eye. I kind of went in with a bunch of layers all at once, and it didn't respond well to that. So I just kind of applied it all over my lid, but I'm liking this. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this Take Me Back to Brazil palette on this Morphe M22. I'm going to take this bright pink, and I'm going to be adding this to my crease. This is a super precise, like rounded brush, so I'm just going to focus it right in the crease and kind of blend out the edges of the cream color. Now I'm going to take an even fluffier brush. This is the M441, and using that same pink, I'm just going to blend the crease color a little bit more upwards. And for the glossiness, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. lip gloss. It's just a clear lip gloss, but I feel like it's not too sticky, and it kind of feels like Vaseline, but not as thick, but it's not too sticky like a lip gloss. So I feel like this is going to be perfect for this eye look. So I'm just going to take some of this on the back of my hand, and I think I'm just going to apply this with my finger and just pat it onto my lid. Alright guys, so I've done a lot from the last time you saw me. I applied lashes, which was very difficult. I don't know why I thought it would be a good idea to apply lashes on top of glossy lids, but I made it work. But I'm just warning you guys, it's going to be super hard, so really make sure that the lash glue is completely dry before trying to apply it onto your glossy lids. And I also applied foundation and contoured, bronzed, which I've shown you how I do all of that in my everyday makeup look, which I'll link in the description bar. But what I haven't shown you guys is how I contour my nose. I'm not like the best at contouring my nose, but I feel like with this look I kind of have to. So I'm gonna attempt to contour my nose. I'm gonna start off with this super precise brush. This is a Morphe M164. It's sort of angled, super flat, and for nose contouring, I feel like just because I'm not good at it, if I use a contouring powder, it ends up looking like, well, my nose looks bruised if I do that. So I'm going to use bronzer. So I'm going to use the bronzer I use for my face as well, which is the Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer. And I'm going to take some of that onto this brush. And I'm going to go along the sides of my nose first. So basically just drawing a line. I almost like to connect it to my brow as well. And just go all the way down. I know it looks crazy right now, but we're gonna blend. And now I'm just gonna put some on the bottom of my nose. And with the same brush, I'm just going to blend it downward. And now with an even fluffier brush, I'm just using this brush that I use all the time. I just got this in the Naked 3 palette. I'm going to use the fluffier side to really blend everything together. Not together, but to blend out like the harshness of the lines. And I'm going to take a little bit and just do it right here at the tip of my nose to create kind of like a button effect, like a button nose. So now with my beauty blender, which is the sponge I used to apply my foundation, there's still some foundation left over on the brush. I'm just gonna pat it all over my nose, kind of to just add a little bit of foundation on it to not look so dark and just to blend everything together. And now I'm gonna take my setting powder that I used underneath my eyes as well. This is the Hourglass Veil translucent powder, and I think I'm just gonna use the other end of this brush, and I'm just going to add some to the tip and along the bridge. So I'm basically gonna bake these areas for a while. So for blush, I'm gonna be using this newer blush that I bought. This is the Anastasia blush trio in the color Pool Party. Comes with these 3 blushes. I'm going to be using the one in the middle. It's called Pagent. For blush, I like to focus the color on the apples of my cheek and then take it back towards my contour, just following like where I contoured right above, but really focusing the color on my cheeks, on the apples of my cheeks. I'm just going to take this brush. I know it's dirty, but I'm just going to wipe off the powder. Now I'm going to add some color to my lower lash line. I'm going to use the color I used in my crease, which is the pink in the BH Cosmetics palette. And I'm just going to use the same brush again and take some of the pink. I'm adding this color all along my lash line, but I want to deepen the color towards the outer part of my lash line, so I'm just going to add a few extra layers on the outer corner. So for highlight, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Glow Kit in Gleam, and I'm going to take the color Hard Candy, this one right here, on a Morphe 222. And I think I'm going to spray my brush. I'm just going to take some setting spray and just wet my brush a little bit. And I'm going to apply this a little bit into the inner corners of my eyes. I'm going to take that same color and I'm going to apply that underneath my brow. I'm going to apply this on my nose. And then for the tops of my cheeks, I'm just going to take this fluffy brush and apply it right on top of the blush. For lips, I'm going to be taking this NYX lip liner. This is in the color Plum. And for the center, I'm going to use the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa. Alright guys, so that's going to be the end of this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video.